Hello and welcome back to Winter's Tales. My name is AJ Winters, and tonight we dive back into the Chronicles of Aelwyn. How are we feeling, team?
Hell yeah.
Happy.
You said that so scared. This is a safe space.
This is a safe space.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by some incredible small businesses in the TTRPG space, the Lion's Tower and Dungeon Folk.
Dungeon Folk. You'll pick it up.
So sorry.
I forget that we have so many mannerisms of this show that must seem so bizarre. Don't worry, you'll learn, or you can just reject all of them.
You'd be like, shut up.
Build new.
Yeah, exactly. Previously on the Chronicles of Aelwyn.
There's one.
The Unmarked Sticks split apart after the battle at Queensport. Did I say sex?
You said sticks. And I was like, lower sticks.
Alright, I'll do that again.
Sorry.
Get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out. Just completely scratchy.
After the battle at Queensport, each of the Unmarked Six were left with a choice: to stay and fight for what felt like an impossible mission, or to leave and pursue their own goals, paths, or happiness. The 6 members split up and pursued their own destinies, some of their own volition and others because they were left behind. For the first time, the Unmarked Six was no more, and during their time apart, longer than they had been together, a lot changed. Cadence and Huxley sailed to the Shattered Isles, Hux striking some form of a deal with the darkness to get them safely through a storm that should have killed them. There they pursued a life of crime-adjacent behavior, guerrilla warfare, against anyone who stood in their way, namely Blue Syndicate members following one of the kingpins known as the Blade King. Roscoe ran off to live with the Hidden Ones, her people and her birthright, learning to embrace happiness for what felt like the first time. And even though the merriment and cooking lessons out on the open seas made her feel like she finally had a home, the guilt of leaving the group continued to gnaw at her, manifesting itself with an obsession to tap out and unlock the beat that was marked on her skin. And finally, Iggy and Caius traveled to the city of Austin, seeking out Jobal's help to research into the new tattoos that somehow fit into the puzzle of this whole situation, now adorning Caius' skin. However, they may have stumbled into more information than they would have liked. One, that the marks on Cadence's arm were a countdown to the week of night, where whatever ritual this Blue Syndicate are trying to achieve is scheduled for, and 2, that the crystal that entered into the crust of the earth during the devastation at Queensport was potentially one of many needed for the Blue Syndicate to conduct said ritual, meaning that the Unmarked Six still had a chance to stop it, but only had 10 weeks to try. So, are we ready? Roll that intro. Ignatius and Cassandra. We begin with you two as you trek across the mountains on your 3-day hike towards the nearest port on the coast of Natreva. You stick to the border of Coldre rather than traversing the Ascidian sands where Jobel warned not to wander without a guide. And on your journey, in an open clearing amongst the balewood trees and vibrant green grass, you decided to test out Caius's skills with the short swords that were gifted to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The air is a bit cooler this morning, brisk underneath the canopy. You find yourself squaring off against each other on the soft, even ground below. What would you like to do, Caius?
And
I think Iggy has rolled up his big wavy sleeves, and has a knife, and it's just like, I use knives. I just have a little knife. I used to have one that made me really uncomfortable, and I loved it. But I don't anymore. But you, I think, are a bit more skilled in things like this, but bigger. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you want to just hit me?
Because I got 2, right?
You have 2 slightly curved short swords that are finely crafted and match your new outfit. You also have a blue half cape attached.
Just take a swing.
See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'll avoid it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
Maybe?
I guess I just go.
You swing one of the blades around in your hand. Without a crossguard or a quillen block, it spins quite nicely, sort of like a lightsaber, but much more lightweight, like a smaller, super lightweight short sword. Roll to attack.
I don't want to do it.
But it's fun. It's what's it? Sparring. We're sparring.
Yeah. With swords.
We're training. Yeah.
7.
+5.
Okay. All right.
Here we
get
go.
Get that
Yay.
sheet back out. We're writing it down.
Oh, this takes me back.
So the bonus next to short swords
Where
is
are we?
+5.
And Iggy, what is your AC?
My AC is 16.
Okay, the first sword you miss. You almost throw too much of your weight into it, but you find that instinctually your left arm swings up with the second sword. As you step forward with your left foot, please roll another attack.
Feel confident. 17.
Hey! +5 definitely hits. So with that, you slice Iggy. Where do you think your aim had been?
Where would you like a slice?
I think what I do is instinctively cast shield, wave my hands, and this magical sort of barrier goes in front of me, and your sword smashes through it.
Do you think this would have been non-lethal damage?
You can choose to be like cut with the sword or hit with the end of it. What yeah. So I reckon you just like clock me real good, like in the forehead, and I get knocked down to the ground. Oh my.
You can cause 1d6 plus 2 damage per sword as an attack, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Come on. Is that 1?
It's not so bad.
Iggy, you take 3 points of damage to the forehead as this finely crafted short sword doesn't seem as delicate to you anymore.
And I go like, wow, okay. I was feeling a little bit cocky about being able to not get hit, but you're good at hitting.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
You notice a slight welt start to rise, but Iggy's skin is tough.
Yeah, you notice that, like, I've got sort of chitinous plating, like I'm a bug guy.
Wow.
I'm like a bug guy.
Okay. I'll write that in your little description.
Just a bug
I'm like a bug.
Specifically a Leonid, the insectoid race of Aelwyn. Would you like to see Iggy's character art?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's behind you there, AJ.
Okay.
Bug.
I'm a bug guy.
The description.
Bug guy.
Oh, no.
What? You don't
I'm
wanna
naked.
see? Ow!
Had that on you the entire time. Oh, here.
Just
Imagine
casually.
this.
That's
You
what
look
I
at
look
it.
like, but I don't know if you would have seen me like this. I really, really highly doubt
Garage
it.
door.
I do have have you seen Shape of Water?
Yes.
Oh gosh, not this again. It's not like that.
Not like that. It's more like,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what it's like.
Garage door.
My garage door.
Leonids have a carapace plating, like the armored bands of an armadillo or slater.
I don't like that.
Hit
I don't like
you on the head anyway.
I don't like that. Yeah, hit me on the head.
You brought it up.
fall to the ground and just go, wow, ow. But also that's good for when you're hitting people that aren't me. That's really good.
The feeling is exhilarating, Caius. Wielding these short swords feels natural to you. The way your body moves, it feels like they're an extension of your limbs. You've trained in this art form. The way you hold yourself, the formations of dual wielding that came back to you so naturally, it's like knowing how to breathe. The reason you were able to hit Iggy so easily is because you weren't just trying to whack, you let your body move with the footwork, using the ground beneath you and almost moving with the wind. The way the blades slice through the air, it triggers a memory. A young Caius, maybe 6 or 7 years old, training with much smaller swords against a wax-coated leather stuffed with vegetation and fastened to a tree. You can feel the sweat dripping down your forehead and into your eyes, but you do not stop as you hear a voice behind you. Again. You cannot see them and you do not try to as you breathe out in frustration and hit again. Your breath visible in what must be a very cold morning. Again. Caius! Your small body flinches as you keep hitting the leather, these small swords you're wielding only just starting to slice into it. A larger sword swings out from just behind you, cleaving into the leather and revealing the jubi fruit squashed inside. You look down in shame and do not look at whoever it was. The voice again from behind you. Enough for now. The memory fades and you look down at your hands holding these swords. You know that you are proficient with them. Small swords, to be specific. I think this is one of the first deep memories that you have had since waking 15 or 16 days ago. And it's odd because as distant as it was you. It is you. You blink and take in your surroundings again, looking back to Iggy, who has his hands now touching the growing welt on his head.
You're right.
This is me. This is where I fit.
It suits you.
Like, how do I fight? Who are we fighting?
Well, whoever attacks you. Sometimes it's people that we trust. Not me. Not me, for real. Or none of the other Unmarked 6. They're all good, but we've been burned. But you know, there'll come a moment where everything happens it all at once, it seems like, and then time slows down and it makes sense and you move with other people and it fits.
But are we talking like big war here?
I think maybe at the end. But we've been in little scraps. The last one I was in, that was, I felt more like war. The day you found me. So yeah, it's gonna be real. But you can handle yourself.
Speaking of Caius being able to handle herself, you remember that she has indicators of an Athetic bloodline. She might be an Ethid like you.
Can you, can you feel like you can do anything else? Like, and I'll conjure a minor illusion of just, a chitterwing, which is a little sort of monkey with wings, and a big tail and no limbs.
You know the word for a chitterwing for some reason, but you cannot remember what one would look like until Iggy makes this white-furred creature with big yellow eyes and outstretched wings, mostly covered in fur, but with feathers sort of on the ends and a long tail with a tuft on it.
And it sort of flies away and dissipates, and I'm like, can you Can you do any of that stuff? Like magic?
Can I?
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Yeah, the blue one. You can get out of there.
7.
+1. You breathe in and focus, trying to tap into magic. What do you think you would try to do?
Like in my mind or physically?
Either. Iggy created an illusion, but you are in a clearing. There are trees surrounding you and a small outcropping from the cliff face itself, rocks, shrubbery.
You can just like sort of point at a rock and see what happens.
Yeah, like I'd try and send a rock from there to like over there.
Interesting. In that case, Iggy, you watch as Caius is standing right in front of you one moment and then vanishes.
Oh no.
And then once again appears ahead of you about 30 feet away.
Oh! Oh! And then I misty step. And I do what you do. And I disappear and I appear 30 feet closer to you. And I go like, ah!
How? What did you just think of then to do that? Because I moved that rock and I moved. It didn't move.
When you're learning what you can do, I still don't know what all I can do. I've got one thing that feels like it's on the tips of my fingers, and I just can't. I've never been able to get it. But sort of you do something with intention, and you think what you want to have happen, and then you get surprised sometimes.
Can I try and make a flower appear on his head?
Sure. Oh boy.
As soon as you say that, my face drops. And I'm like, I'm dangerous.
Do you touch his head?
No.
No, you just kind of hold your hand out to create something?
Yeah.
Okay. There are two possible things that could happen here, so I will need you to roll me a d20 and let me know if it is an odd or an even number.
Even.
Okay. As you reach out your hand towards Iggy, trying to alter him in a harmless way, you don't grow a flower from the top of his head, but you watch as his antenna light up.
Oh, ho! That's new. Okay. Great. That's awesome. Nice.
They normally.
No. But I can wiggle them and sort of see without looking sometimes. Sort of a. I don't want to say echolocation, but it sort of feels like that.
They help you perceive and navigate your surroundings, kind of like a mild tremor sense, but with the sensory factors of smell and taste involved.
Yeah.
Right now, however, it's a little disorientating with the light spell on it, but for Caius, you can cast light and you can misty step.
Which means you have access to second level spells, which is huge. Because that means you have first level spells too. So you've got a lot to learn about what you can do, but it's fine.
The rest of your journey went smoothly, camping and foraging from the land as you went, avoiding the desert region and instead choosing to stick to the cooler and greener areas that are Ethid territory. What did you just roll?
How cool Iggy is. How well he keeps his cool during this time. And I rolled a 19.
Unfortunately, trying to meet up with Roscoe in a timely manner meant that you couldn't track down or meet up with any of the Ethid tribes on your journey, but there are more pressing matters at the moment. On the fourth day, you find yourselves sitting on a cliff face looking out at the dark ocean, a very misty and foggy morning, and suddenly the Hidden One's ship begins to emerge through the fog with a Roscoe standing at the bow. They sail in slowly, about 60 feet away from you. You see that the ship is adorned with vegetation and laundry that's been hung out to dry on the ropes and sails. You can see that all the passengers on this ship are under 4 feet tall, with bright red skin and pink or reddish colored hair. Roscoe waves to you.
Can we hear each other yet?
Yeah.
Hi!
From 60 feet away.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're far away.
Do you wanna fly up there?
It's either that or swim.
Hello, jump on over.
Jump! Alright!
Because we can't come to shore, can we?
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You can do it again.
Yeah, tap you in sort of, not the small of your back, but between the shoulder blades, and then the wings sprout again. I'll twin spell that. Getting into it. And we both sprout beautiful luminous wings and fly up to you. Ta-da!
You can fly?
I can fly!
Oh my gosh! Hi! And I give you a big hug. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I give you a massive hug as well. I'm really short, by the way. I'm like 3 feet tall.
Okay.
You are 5'2", Caius, making you an inch shorter than Iggy, I believe.
But,
Okay, tall.
I mean,
No, your head height, not your antenna.
wow. All right. I'm just used to being around 7 foot motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot. You just had to say it.
I am like 5'1" on a good day in normal life,
Okay.
okay?
I shrink.
Yes. Here we are.
Yes. Well, welcome to the ship.
Thank you,
Thank you.
You guys want something to eat?
Donovan.
Oh, hello. Please don't take your clothes off again.
He goes red.
Yeah, Leonids can blush. That's canon now.
Of course not. I'm not a guy who does that. That would be like an icky thing to do.
Well, as soon as your feet touch onto the deck of the ship, people start moving. The vessel is slowly turned with the current, the sails raised to allow for them to hold wind, and Donovan turns to the two of you. Well, Roscoe has told us a lot about you. Must be nice to reunite after such a long time.
Yeah. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
It has. It's been almost as long as we've known each other doubled.
It's been the same amount of days apart as it was that you were together, I believe.
How crazy is that? That time,
Wild.
when you put it like that, that's
Wild.
not a lot of time.
A lot. Well, it isn't a lot of time, but we generally don't have a lot of time.
No.
But let's not think about it.
I know, yeah. Let's bury that down there.
Let's have some food. Yeah.
Come eat. And I think at this point, Roscoe's feeling more confident around the ship as well.
Oh, for sure. You know where the good spices are and where the good snacks are hidden. You lead them down to the mess area where there are several cauldrons with certain dishes brewing and a large sea creature of some kind being roasted.
In order to eat this, whatever meal it is, I just explain how to like eat it or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
With my hands.
Yeah. Yep. No need for cutlery on this ship. You just eat, grab more, eat more. Always gotta have a full belly on this ship. That way you're gonna feel good.
Any cutlery you find on this vessel is far more likely to be part of a collection that's being displayed than to be used as actual cutlery.
Iggy's walking through like a hallway and there's like a whole wall of forks.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, yeah, all right. How's your collection?
Well, I haven't really been off the boat, so I've just been admiring all the other collections. You still have yours?
I produce a spoon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Things are a bit awkward at first, mostly because the entire ship is built for people shorter than the two of you, but eventually you get used to ducking when needed and avoiding the children that seems to constantly be causing chaos on the deck of this ship. By nightfall, you have settled and the ship is on its course to the Shattered Isles.
Okay, so we are going to find our friends.
Yeah. Cool.
Shall we chat about that? Should we? How you feeling?
Well, I haven't really spoken to them. I'm just worried about them, you know? Are they sad? I hope they're safe.
They sound pretty brave.
They're...
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. So you've spoken to them?
Yeah.
How are they?
They're pretty hurt.
Yeah.
You know the phrase, hurt people hurt people?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really hurting people. Like super bad.
Oh.
Like Huxley.
Like what? Like what? Torturing people? Oh, really? Shit.
I think they're bad people. I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, I sort of said a sad thing, and then the person they were torturing was like, "Oh, that guy sounds really sad," and then I think he got bitch slapped. But
Oh, right. So those are the people that we're going to be dealing with.
We're dealing with hurt people, and it's
And that's
important.
valid.
That's valid because we hurt people.
Yes.
We didn't mean to.
No, didn't. All right. Should we wear armor or something, or protect ourselves a little bit?
Do you want armor? And I look at your scars, and I'm like,
What am I wearing right now? Did I ever get
You've been walking around.
Yeah, you would have immediately, I'm assuming Iggy went to go procure simple travel clothes till you got to the city of Austin, and then Jobel probably would have provided you with a bunch of stuff to choose from. He has a bunch of costumes, weirdly, in his apartment for different various things that were used in season 1. But now you're wearing something that's a little bit more sturdy for fighting purposes, maybe some leather pants, a blouse, sheaths to keep your swords at your sides. What do you think you would have chosen?
Pants.
Pants it is. You also have a half cloak of a navy blue fabric to complete the outfit.
Is, oh my gosh, leather enough for do I need?
I mean, they won't attack us.
no,
Right?
but I mean, they might be being attacked, or they might be attacking.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess we are going.
We're going into the Shattered Isles,
Yeah.
pirate. Sounds rough.
Yeah.
So, it's sort of expecting the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got my sword around here somewhere. I'll grab that. Because I think Roscoe would have put all her weapons somewhere in a little storage
Yeah, that makes
container
sense.
or something.
Yeah.
No need to fight at the moment.
You share a room with 3 others, each with your own cupboards for displaying collections or keeping things that are of import to you.
Wonderful.
So
You have one where you have probably kept all of your things from your time before joining the Hidden Ones. Maybe any leftover spoons you had, or your ladle. Thinking back on that time now, it seems so distant. Now going back into the fray, those items carry a lot more weight than you realized.
Well, cool. I guess it'll be a nice little reunion, won't it? Looking forward to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat more. I'll be, have a look around. Maybe have a nap. I don't know. I'm gonna, sorry.
they were nice.
They're great. They're fantastic. They're a really good cook.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're sort of left out in the open as others start preparing for dinner.
What do you want to do?
What do you do on a ship?
Eat and take a nap? Apparently, the last time I was here, I took all my clothes off. I don't know. I think I was freaking out. It might have been a tattoo thing.
I think Roscoe's gone to grab her swords, and I assume changed out of the OG outfit, and it's probably going to change back into that outfit.
We get a John Wick moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to prepare yourself and readorn with the outfit that was custom made for you by Lydia, including the single sleeve and the magically stealthy cloak.
Is there like some sort of mirror or yeah, okay. I think I just like finally put my hair back up as well and like do that whole thing. And I think Roscoe just sort of looks at herself and she's just like, it's introspective because it's like, this is who like she thought she was, and now it feels like kind of weird because she was so cozy, free-spirited for a little bit, still a bit sad, but like comfortable, and now she's putting back on like this sort of battle gear, and it just doesn't feel right. But it's also like better put shoes on if I'm going into battle, you know.
All of your fellow shipmates and new friends smile and nod at you as you pass. You have another 4 days on this journey to the Shattered Isles.
Yeah, I think in that time, I guess fix them up with lodgings.
The two of you get given a small room to share, since there is not a lot of room on this ship. There's not a lot of space. There's like 50 people that live on this thing.
So you can sleep here, and I'll sleep on deck. Good evening. Do you remember someone called Cindy?
You can roll a recall roll if you like.
Let's find out.
20, right?
Mm.
12.
Okay, with a 12, you're sitting there on this makeshift cottoncraft bed as you turn your thoughts to the recesses of your mind, searching for someone named Cindy. And a memory comes to you of a gentleman, a daemon like yourself, but with darker skin, as he gestures you into an establishment of some kind. There's an informality between the two of you. You don't know how intimate you are with this person, but given the closeness of your interaction and the small touches here and there that don't seem to have any weight or meaning to them, you can assume that you know them quite well. He gestures you in and says, "What's mine is yours. You and Ignatius, you can stay with me."
Obviously, I relay that. But that must have something to do with Cindy.
I think that was Cindy.
That was them?
I think so. They were homing us?
Yeah.
It's also at this point that something clicks for you, Caius, that you do, in fact, know each other.
How much so?
From that memory, it's unclear, but you and Ignatius were offered lodging from this gentleman, so you did or were planning to live with each other.
Good evening.
And for the second time, Iggy goes to leave and then turns around and goes, what do you remember about me?
I wish I had more.
That's fine.
I'll see you in the morning then.
Good evening. And Iggy leaves and then cries on deck.
Oh, Iggy. If there isn't anything that the three of you would have liked to have done on the 4 to 5 days down to the Shattered Isles, I will cut to...
Cut to? I, of course, want to know what my last cantrip is, but that's not important right now.
Do you practice what it might be?
Absolutely practice, yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
If we're going into a dangerous situation, I want to know. Can you show me?
I want to know what my cantrip is. I want you to show me.
I
don't know if we can afford that song.
Is this one of the ones that you have chosen, or is this one of
This is one of the ones that you have chosen.
I see.
I know Minor Illusion, Acid Splash, firebolt / something like firebolt, and prestidigitation.
I know which one you have left to discover.
Okay.
Okay. How do you think Iggy goes about trying to tap into this last cantrip?
I'm heading to the mast, to the crow's nest, because I know one of my spells sets things on fire. So I'm just trying to like fire it off into the sea, or sort of just conjure something in my hand.
All right.
And sort of feel out if any of them feel familiar to this thing that I'm missing.
Okay.
Or not. Arcana?
Arcana.
What am I doing? That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Icky, yucky.
Whatever this...
We don't use that word.
Sorry.
Rebrand. Whatever this spell is, it is different from most of your other spells. The reason it has escaped you for so long is because it feels different, not in the same family or in the same vein as previous spells you've cast.
Then I try the exact opposite.
Describe to me what you think the exact opposite would be.
So I have 2 spells that hurt people, and I have 2 cantrips that hurt people, 2 cantrips that fool people, conjure or change. So I think this one, I'm thinking about nurturing. I'm thinking about something real and tangible that you can touch, not something illusory.
Okay. It's at this time that Roscoe has made her way back up to the deck of the ship in search of you, the night sky stretching out before you as you are attempting something. You feel yourself connect to Roscoe, or more specifically their mind, the magic within you pulsing in time with your fluttering heartbeat.
And I say,
Because I'm staring up at you right now, I think.
what are you looking at?
Roscoe, please roll me.
I ignore you.
Intelligence save?
Oh fuck, I have to save myself.
Actually,
Love that voice. Can you continue with that voice? What was Roscoe's voice? Is it too late to change Roscoe's voice? It's 3 seasons too late.
Hey, we're doing one rebrand.
I know, right?
Iggy, please roll me a straight charisma.
Charm.
9.
Okay. You've certainly not perfected the use of this magic, but as you gesture out towards Roscoe and you connect with her mind, Roscoe, you feel a small part of you, although what he said was quite abrupt, where you might have snapped back usually, instead you are influenced in the moment to not be hostile towards him.
Friends.
And then it kind of goes away.
What? Did you just manipulate me somehow?
No.
That was... You trying new spells?
Uh-huh.
Well,
What did it... What did it feel like?
It felt like I didn't want to hurt you.
Hey! I need that!
That's cool. What were you trying to do?
Talk to you.
Oh.
And I think I said, what are you looking at? And I was trying to beam it into your head. But I think I did just say it.
Yeah. I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah. I was looking at you.
Hey!
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant. You spend the next couple of days on the ship eating good food and learning to sail a little bit more as well. On the 5th day, as the sky begins to get dark once more, the vessel starts to arc towards the southwest of the Shattered Isles, to an area known as the Broken Glass. When you hear Donovan at the helm say, "Uh-oh."
Uh-oh?
As he looks over to the port side, you follow his eyeline, and you see, as he does, brilliant blue flames rising out from the buildings, the tightly packed buildings that run parallel to the trenches here that break apart these small cliff face islands.
Oh, shit.
Donovan immediately starts diverting the ship a little less directly towards the islands, and calls out to you. Roscoe, what do you want to do?
We have little ships that come up.
There are 2 smaller boats on either side of the ship that you could take.
We'll take a dinghy. Yeah, Iggy? Oh.
What'd you call me? Yes. Yes. Sorry.
You still have such a good sense of humor in times like this. I love that. That's great.
Donovan hands the wheel over to one of the other crewmates and rushes over to you. Do you need any backup?
I don't really want you guys to get involved with whatever is happening over there. That looks dangerous.
We also don't want you to get involved. You understand. We can drop one of the creepers for a more stealthier entrance, but he hesitates. Just be safe, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I always...
Reggie, get the creeper prepared. Dang it. He puts his hammers away and then grumbles to himself as he goes to untie the ropes and gets the small boat ready for you to creep into the trenches.
Should we figure out how we want to get Perez and just row into like fucking
Oh, look, we know where they are. So let's just go towards there.
Okay, let's go towards the blue explosions.
You begin to row towards the trench, seeing the cliffs rise up on either side of you about 15 feet tall, as we cross over to Cadence and Huxley, who are launching an attack. The sky is getting quite dark now as Huxley and Cadence.
That's us.
Where do you think you two are right now as you're conducting what is known as the bridge trick, unless you have a better name for it?
Bridgeapalooza.
Bridgeapalooza, as you conduct the third Bridgeapalooza you have done in the last 3 weeks. The tip-off you were given was that a small craft was going to slink up this particular trench, so you have stashed Blue to blow up certain areas and trap in the drop, apparently weapons from the Blue Syndicate. But no 2 jobs are the same, so what else do you two have up your sleeves?
Okay, I think Hux has... We've stashed blue powder around the place.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it is backup kind of things if people start coming down from places unexpected. Underneath the bridge, Hux has rigged a trap so that he can pull a wire, and from the bottom of the planks, small little explosives are going to drop.
Okay then.
Worst case scenario, this boat here, if we could have a bigger stash of blue powder under there, that we can rig to explode as well. If we can't get onto the boat and kind of like actually take it, at least we can destroy it.
Okay. So with this pinching tactic that you have planned in order to trap in this oncoming convoy, you've already heard the trigger being pulled for the explosion behind the vessel.
Okay.
It's caused it to be extremely difficult for them to exit back out the way they came.
Buttercup has eyes in the air.
Buttercup sits and waits on one of the higher rooftops, and upon seeing this drop, flies up into the sky. You see his silhouette under the moonlight as the signal to go.
So I think as when it passes under the bridge, trigger the explosives to drop underneath it.
It hasn't quite reached the hanging bridge yet, instead choosing to slow and nudge up against the side of the trench.
Okay.
You could use the bridge as a way to get onto the craft. Where are you two hiding right now?
What do you reckon? We've probably set up on this side, hey?
Yeah.
Maybe we're like in here in this like cart, sort of set up in a little ambush point.
Yeah.
Okay, then please place your miniatures where you'd be.
Oh.
Wow.
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 Yeah, an upgrade from the fists. Hey.
Yeah.
That's a big hammer.
Look at that.
Oh,
shit.
this bow is on fire.
Hell
Wow.
That's super fun.
That.
Slay.
Fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Look how basic the bases are.
Literally.
Yeah, you
Why
are.
is your face
You're
so
so
big?
basic.
The widest stance.
Wide.
Planted.
That's so cool, AJ.
Thank you so much to our incredible miniature design partners, the Lion's Tower, for these amazing miniatures for our players. Okay, the play is set. You two are tucked or hidden behind a cart as you hear a small boat slow in the water, the oars starting to be put away, and you hear a clanging of metal as they seem to hook into the cliff face to the side.
What quick question, what's in the boat? What intel have we got about what's in the boat?
You were told that the Blue Syndicate were due to drop off a new weapon, but no description and seemingly no information about what this thing could be.
So we don't want to destroy the boat. We just want to get on it. Because I have an idea. What if we put blue on one of my... Well, no, because that'll explode and hit me. Never mind. Because I was like, if we put blue on, like, the tip of my arrow, and then I shoot off a flaming arrow, but that'll... It's...
Will impact be enough to, like...
You know what you could do? You have a little bag of blue to
Buttercup.
set something on fire and then get them to drop it.
True. Buttercup drops a bag of blue and I can try and like...
Oh, shoot him in midair!
Epic.
I need to roll good for that though.
So good. But it'll be really fun.
Anyway.
Let's trigger the blue in this boat here. They're gonna start rowing backwards, and that's when we got an opportunity to jump down from the bridge and take pot shots at them.
Alrighty.
So with that, roll initiative.
4.
Oof.
Where am I?
I don't know.
Oh, my nailies.
Oh,
it's a
I'm struggling. Yeah, it was 14. I should have just let you. I should just let you do it. It was 14.
All right. Perfect. Within the boat itself, under a canopy, there are 2 individuals. One that's up the back and one closer to the front, scanning the cliffs for movement.
Slay.
At the same time, Roscoe, Iggy, Caius, you 3 begin to maneuver your way in the slim creeper forwards through the wreckage of the explosion. Parts of the bridge that was hanging, the rock face itself, and even some of the buildings, which are oddly constructed. They seem to be haphazardly made of metal and old ships, very tightly packed together above, up on the cliff face. There are markings and tags painted with some sort of bioluminescent glowing sludge, as well as posters lacquered to the walls, and a couple of symbols that you recognize, Roscoe, of the rebellion, the same symbol that is tattooed on your lower back.
We are in rebellion territory. Probably why there's a lot of fighting going on, which is great. Do I see people around, or is it looking pretty empty and other like explosion stuff a bit further along?
It's early enough into the darkness of the evening that you should see people, but you don't. You do catch a little bit of movement as people seem to be boarding and shutting their windows, kind of locking themselves in from the danger.
Okay, so they're like civilians.
They're civilians. Okay. You get the impression that they're used to this here in the Broken Glass.
Okay.
Just keep rolling.
Doing my best. It's really hard.
I guess we go towards the explosions.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yeah.
Onward.
Do you guys want to fly? Do you want to fly?
I've never flown before. That sounds cool.
Okay. Do you want to fly?
Now?
If you want.
Why?
Well, higher vantage point, I guess we can see over.
Can you make the boat fly?
I cannot make the boat. Just people, I'm afraid. I know.
Yeah, flying sounds good.
And I'll just keep.
Probably better than being in the water.
I'll keep rowing. What could happen? Round a boat.
You can see how it goes.
Well, I'll twin spell fly on you both, so you can fly.
Ready.
I was gonna say, you're really just like, you're fucking
Magic.
doling out the flies.
Yeah.
But you can.
I can do it now.
You can.
Yeah.
I can do it now. It's better than dispel magic. Well, situationally.
Cadence, you're up first. Silence greets you. The boat is stationary and the people on it are quiet. It's clear that they haven't spotted you, but you have a chance to act first. What would you like to do?
Huh?
The 2 people on the boat?
Yeah.
They don't see you.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
No, I don't know.
Ah.
Wait, okay, so they're here. Yeah. Wait, are we wanting to set that on fire now, Or are we wanting to set that on fire? Not now.
I reckon we set it off now. And then the traps that we got under the bridge, we can drop them.
Alright, I would like to shoot the boat with a flaming arrow.
Do you want to remain hidden?
Yes.
Roll me a stealth check first, and then roll to attack.
Oh. Can I change my mind? No, I can't. That is a 5 for stealth.
5 for stealth, okay. You reveal your location as you jump up and take aim.
I planned it.
You planned that.
Slightly better. What am I doing? Shooting.
Yep.
6.
21.
21, your arrow strikes true, hitting into the boat that's pre-laced with blue. You watch as it explodes up and out, the blue flames blocking your only other exit. You three hear a second explosion go off.
Ah!
Oh god.
Are we flying yet?
I mean, if you want to fly out of the creeper.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we just wait until we can see what's going on.
Yeah.
I have given away my position, so
Yep.
I'm gonna just run away. And I think if you hear the explosion as well, you'll also hear Cadence laugh.
Horrifying. Okay, we love that. Perfect.
That sounds like Kate.
The figure at the front of the convoy begins to back up. He's got rich blue skin and slicked back hair, and he spots you, Cadence, as you begin to run out of his eye line. Without hesitation, he jumps onto the cliff face and begins to climb himself up. You get the impression that they knew there was going to be an ambush, just judging by how armed he is. Could you please move the blue daemon just across the boat and up the cliffs?
Blue one.
Green light.
The
venom.
Vitriol.
Alright.
Next, you see the remaining figure in the convoy ducks back underneath the canopy, and you start to hear rummaging and a clicking noise just audible over the jostling water. Hey, Huxley, you're up. What would you like to do?
Has the boat been moving forward?
It seems to have latched onto the cliff face, probably using a wall anchor that's very common here in the Shattered Isles. But you can't see that from your hiding spot. You only assume from the lack of oars in the water.
In that case, I'm going to, whilst this guy's running towards Kate and focusing on them, I'm going to shift along to the side and try to creep towards the boat.
No problem. You're able to slink around, and you can hear the sound of the grunts as someone is trying to climb the cliff face towards you.
Okay, easy shot. Easy shot.
Okay.
I am going to drag my big fucking hammer.
Yeah.
It's so big.
And Hux is going to just launch himself from the top
Okay.
and drop down on him with the hammer on his head.
Okay.
But as he does so, Hux is like much more dirtier and less well kept now.
Mm-hmm. But fitter somehow.
But doesn't clean his shorts anymore.
We have 3 hammocks and no shower in our hideout.
But as he sort of like hefts his hammer, there's sort of like a shadow that grows along the haft of the weapon and flits towards the guy, and he's going to attack him as well.
Go for it.
Do I get advantage because I'm
Hidden, yes you do.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be 18 or 16.
18 hits, roll your damage.
Sick. Alright, that is going to be 7 plus the shadow that sort of flits to him is a Hexblade's curse. So it's gonna do something. I don't remember what, but it's gonna do something. So that's gonna be 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an additional 3 points of damage, 10, and I'm going to smite his ass too.
Okay.
So that's gonna be another.
The smite is from Aven, right?
Yeah.
Then you try to tap into the smite, but you cannot.
Oh.
Aven can't reach you here in the Shattered Isles. You've been able to cast a few of your spells, things like Zone of Truth, but direct smites from your goddess, that seems to be inaccessible to you.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to attack him again. So 10 points of damage on the first. And then another 18 to hit.
Hits.
That is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
Jesus! 13 points of damage to his skull as you take a warhammer to his face. You smash his head up against the cliff face itself, and you hear the distinctive crunching sound. He looks up at you dazed, his eyes unable to focus, and you hear the pained growl that comes out of his mouth. And you notice that his front teeth, the 6 front teeth, all end in points.
Have we seen this before?
Not that you can remember.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
You're surprised, but yes, barely.
Okay.
Still conscious, even with the darkened blood pooling out of his head wound. Cadence, you're up.
Okay, the biters.
So high. I think okay.
No, that's not good for me.
Kate's like, alright, well you've got this guy. Is going to run onto the little bridge.
You run onto the hanging bridge. There is no railing. The ropes that run underneath it are made of a really sturdy material that seems to keep it from being too flimsy.
Am I close enough to be able to get onto the boat?
You could try and jump from here. Roll me an acrobatics check, please.
Hopefully. So that's another 5.
You catch your foot on the boat.
You stumble?
And you fall into seawater.
Oh, no.
Oh shit!
Which
No!
is not good for you. But as you plunge down into the water, you look underneath the convoy. There is a gear spinning, turning. There seems to be a giant austenite crystal lodged into the center of it. And as you try and resurface out of the water, you watch as this craft disappears. Huxley, you see this from your vantage point. It is almost reminiscent of a similar time where you've seen Iggy Misty Step.
Well, that just ain't fair.
But you do have this man still trying to climb up the cliff face towards you. He's dazed and struggling to pull himself up.
Yeah, right, you're going unconscious, and I'm gonna bonk his head against the stone.
You spin your hammer around and sort of clonk him on the head. You watch as his body falls into the water beside Cadence. You use your hammer to lower yourself down and reach a hand out and bring Cadence back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That would have
assuming.
been so much cooler if I didn't trip and fall. But that's fine, because the boat went away anyway. There was austenite all along the bottom, dude. It was like this gigantic, like, spinny thing.
Teleporting ships is just not playing by the rule book.
It's so
and
rude, isn't
we
it?
need to get.
Oh, we do.
It's at this point that another boat seems to curve around the river bend. You were not expecting anyone to get through your Bridgepalooza. As you pull an arrow out, you recognize 2 of the silhouettes. Iggy.
Wait.
Wow.
Oh, look at the wings.
Wow.
My goodness.
That-
Look at them
that's-
antennae.
And Roscoe,
Oh, she's so tiny.
as well as a third unfamiliar figure, Caius. Your miniature is on its way from the Lion's Tower. This is just a placeholder.
Oh, we gotta be careful with this one.
Yeah, be very careful
Yeah,
with
these are
Iggy.
delicate.
In general.
Oh,
as
yes.
well. Emotionally.
Emotionally
There you
too,
go.
yes.
So tiny. The one
With
sleeve.
the one sleeve. Iconic.
So yes, these 3 seem to have slowed their rowing, especially since you have an arrow trained at them. As for you 3, you look up to see Cadence, as well as Huxley lifting out a unconscious and or dead body out of the water. Cadence, you do not feel too good. You absorbed a lot of that water, not through ingestion, but because you're made of plant, through your skin. And the salt water is making you feel incredibly groggy, with the focusing of the arrow becoming slightly blurred. Huxley, you heave the guy over your shoulder in sort of a fireman's carry.
Well, we're getting something out of this guy for wasting all that blue.
Yeah, fuck. Let's just get him to the hideout and What the
Do they look really rough?
Extremely.
You guys can also fly straight up to them.
Right now?
Yeah, you've got wings now.
4 luminescent illusionary dragonfly-like wings are protruding out from your back at this moment.
For an hour.
Oh, we have wings! Literal wings.
You have literal
You
wings.
sure did cast that.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. And I'm just like, all right, I'll park.
Don't park under the bridge.
Oh, do
Maybe.
not park under the bridge.
Okay.
There's little
Bounce.
toy piranhas that are holding explosives in their mouth.
Toy piranhas?
What's a piranha?
Toy fish. Sharp teeth.
Oh, toy fish. Right. All right.
Piranha is something that we invented.
Oh, like cat.
Yeah, it's what we call the traps.
It takes me
Piranhas.
6 minutes
To climb up the cliff face?
to just park.
Oh. Yeah, fair.
And I'll use my 10-foot hover speed to sort of very slowly make it up the cliff face as well. Just, then we all...
Yep, we all come up.
There are still blue flames around the place, but they're slowly dying out. However, the trench, the river below, and the surrounding buildings are all quiet.
What are you doing here?
Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
This is
Caius.
Howdy.
Hi. Cadence, you recognize Caius from the memory you shared with the others. Not only are they the one that was behind the whole Unmarked 6 in the first place, but they were also referred to as a childhood friend of yours.
What y'all doing here?
We came to find you.
Found us.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Moving forward.
Can we do this on the road, actually? We gotta get this guy back to our hideout.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up and that's just gonna be like a whole thing.
Oh, we
Is
can
that a
just
new
do, we'll
friend
just
of
do
yours?
this back.
Huh?
Is that a new friend of yours? Like how we brought a friend, so you can also
Yeah.
friend.
Best friend. Can we go?
Complete silence.
Yeah.
Buttercup comes and like lands on Kate's head like they normally do.
Beep beep.
Hi. Ah. Ah.
You see an almost guilt behind Buttercup's eyes. He wants to go and say hi, but he is also mad at you. For reasons that are not his own.
Remember when Buttercup was pretending to be your pregnancy?
Those were the days. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get there again.
You follow Cadence and Huxley through the narrow alleyways between tightly packed buildings. The environment here, the architecture, and even the mood it seems to thrust upon you feels so strange and very foreign to all of you. It is a vastly different place, packed in like sardines that don't exist. In very small islands covered in buildings with hanging bridges between them at various levels. Just driven by an immense population. The water deep in the trenches is clear enough to see the coral and the rock below, between the broken landscape, but the ocean floor is unable to be seen. Like a break between the chaos slowly drifting through. You lead them towards your cave?
Mm-hmm.
On the edge of this particular broken island, you see a shack-like house. As you enter into it, you are led down a rickety staircase into a cave within the trenches. It's a tight squeeze at first, until the walls start to get further away from each other, and you find yourselves in a makeshift lounge room.
It's sort of it's a cave with like water dripping and all that kind of stuff, but there's been like rags that have been used to sort of dampen the sound inside the cave from echoing. There's like conspiracy theory cork boards with red
Like,
string.
hell yeah.
Red string.
With like Blue Syndicate, Blade King, all this kind of stuff, like the magical ruptures and corruption. There's
There's-
just stockpiles of shit we've looted.
Yeah.
Armor, weapons.
A stockpile of blue in the corner. There's like shit that Huxley is tinkering with to make explosives and stuff. There are 3 hammocks. One is Buttercup sized. Yeah. And there's a chair. That's the torture chair.
It was. I need to know
It's
more
a
about this.
child-sized chair. It's one of those chairs that you put at like a kid's table. It's just way too short.
Is it torture to sit in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Oh,
We
and there's like a
torture in them.
blood and teeth around it. and
yeah,
stuff.
it's
No.
Double.
look, the chair is not. It's not a clean chair. There's a lot of shit on there.
I can clean this chair.
Don't.
Don't.
Okay.
Y'all want some food? We got some.
Sure.
You got a kitchen?
Do we fucking look like we have a kitchen?
It's a cave.
Do you have a pot to cook in?
We got jerky. And we got wine.
But you take it away.
I would, yes, please. That would be great. I will be happy to try your jerky.
Get out like stale ass jerky, stale ass bread, and like wine that's close to vinegar.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The only thing you have in here that's good is a sharp sailor's ale, a whole crate of them in the corner, and a few of them that are around Cadence's hammock, but you can't tell whether those are empty or
Yeah,
not.
I'll put some of that too.
That is what you're greeted with.
I love what you've done with the cave.
Thanks. It's made it pretty cozy, I reckon.
I think so. It's survival. And you've done a great job at all of it. So, to business, or shall we chat?
You run the show, Iggy.
No. I don't think anyone runs the show. I know we referred to Aneska as like the leader. But I think since Queensport, we're working together if you want to. I don't think we have a leader. I'm not running the show. I have some facts.
What's the deal with Cade's arm? What's the tattoo? Why'd you call about it?
Job was determined that each one of those dots is a fortnight. And at the end of those dots, there's something called the week of night. That's when the largest moon eclipses the sun fully for a whole week. And whatever they're doing is going to happen the day before the week of night begins. So, what we've also figured out is the pillar, the monolith, the giant crystal, the shard, corresponds with our tattoos, or more accurately, the ritual circle that we had uncovered on the backs of all of our lists. Basically, that's going to happen more times. We don't have a full, complete ritual circle, obviously, as one of them has been stolen. Still don't know where Sienna is, and what's missing there. But what we can count on is that that's going to happen more times. Now, I'm not saying we'll stop it, or we can stop it. My plan right now is to just find people in power and say, this is going to happen here, you need to evacuate. I don't know how we fight them. I don't know. From what I've seen, you guys are way ahead of the curve on that. And, I mean, we have some more tattoos to analyze. So, we're not going to be able to do that until we have the full picture.
The way I see it, we're missing another 2 pieces of this picture at least.
Job referred it as getting the band back together.
I think the band split up. But
maybe a collaboration track.
Maybe we can just grab a drink.
Okay. Yeah.
You crack open a couple of the sharp sail ales that are brewed here in the Shattered Isles. It's a very strong taste at first, numbing your tongue a little bit, but over time it becomes extremely smooth to drink. A fire is lit to keep you all warm, and over a little bit of time, you begin to start feeling less tense and a little bit more open to talking things out.
Where's Evan and Eska?
wouldn't reply.
So again, anyway, I'll get to that later. But, the last I saw of Ev, he looked really bad. He looked like he was really afraid of something, and then he just disappeared. That's the last I saw of him, and I don't know where he went. And he looked at me, and he just shook his head at me. And then I looked away for like a second, and then he was gone. That's probably what it was. So I don't know where he is, but I think he's alive. How about Aneska? Did you guys ever hear from her, see her at all?
I can only assume she's hunting the shadow.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, hunting the. Well, that's fucked. She's looking for her daughter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cadence, you remember the determination in her eyes. You were the last person that she spoke to, and she gave you no indication of which direction she was going to go in.
So, where do we start?
I mean, if we find stories of the shadow, then easily find Aneska going after it. Everard, I don't know where he went.
I fucking have a guess.
Where?
Where he's from. Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
The lost city of Nauvoo is not a foreign name to all of you. Not only is Everard claimed to be from there, based on his accent as well as a few memories that he had in that location, but it is also known to be the headquarters of the Blue Syndicate, the only place where crime is known to surface other than the Shattered Isles. It's just more allowed in public. Here in the Broken Glass.
Y'all got a ship he came here on?
Yeah.
He got space.
Yeah. Yeah, the hidden ones. I've been living with them. So that's the ship we came on. So if you need to travel somewhere else, that's fine. We can organize that.
Well, we just got a big stockpile of blue that we gotta move, and I figure it'd be pretty helpful if we're gonna go out and do this again.
I don't think we should take that because of the last time we were on a ship with it.
I think that's exactly what we should take it. It was very effective at taking down a vessel. And if pointed in the right direction, well...
Yeah, but we might not have control over when it gets detonated, and if it happens too soon, then... I mean, that's not allowed.
Can probably find another ship, maybe.
I just don't know what the point is. We lost. We lost, and we left.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if I was going to even come here. I mean, I heard you said we weren't a family anymore, and that sucked. But I understand, because I think I would have felt the same way if everyone just upped and left as well. But at this point, I'm not sure if I can keep fighting. It doesn't feel right anymore. But, it's an important thing that has to be done, because otherwise more people will get hurt. I just don't think... I'm sorry I didn't come back, okay? And I'm sorry that I said that I would and didn't. At that point, I really didn't know what to do, and I didn't feel safe anymore.
I'm sorry I said that you weren't my family.
No, it's okay. You're upset. And I was upset, and I didn't know what to do. But I don't think I can continue on, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Maybe that's where I'm meant to take your place.
Roscoe, do you enjoy being with the Hidden Ones?
Yeah.
Find it fulfilling?
The first time in a long time I've enjoyed living.
You done 700 odd years doing the right thing. Just do something for yourself.
But what if you guys get hurt?
We are gonna get hurt. That's basically a given. But
We're not the sharpest tools in the shed.
there's one thing that we're very good at, is losing and continuing. We get back up.
But I'll always, be around. Hold up, Elsa and I. So, if you need transport, you hit me up anytime. I just don't think I have, weirdly enough, something outside of myself that I really, really care about. And now everything scares me.
Roscoe, as you relay all of this to your friends, there is something pulling at the back of your mind like an itch or a thought that needs attending to. As you finally tune into it, it almost asks you, not in words per se, but it asks you if you want to be a part of this.
Not anymore.
The four of you watch as the tattoos on Roscoe disappear from her body.
Oh god. Oh fuck. What's going on?
What just happened?
I don't know.
This is either good or it's not, and I'm gonna decide it's good. This means that this was our choice. That it was all part of our choice, of the plan. We put these on us. And
I guess I'm done.
I guess so.
It's at this point that you receive a panicked message from Jobel.
Ignatius? Iggy! Please, just,
What?
is Roscoe alive?
Uh-huh.
I can't. Oh, okay.
What happened?
My thoughts went to a very dark place there. Look, all of the paperwork that I have on Roscoe just sort of, eradicated itself. Like I have no more information on Roscoe.
Huh?
Like how? Like it burned? It burned?
No, it, erased itself. I thought maybe because it was a covert operation and you're not meant to reveal yourselves or your identity, that maybe it was some sort of magic that erased all evidence of your existence if one of you were to die. And Roscoe's notes, everything I had on her, like her medical report and the depictions of her tattoos, poof, all of it gone. But she's alive, so that's not correct, not a correct theory then, right?
I'm gonna take out all my scrolls.
You look through them all, and just as Jobel said, the paperwork that was on Roscoe, there's nothing.
Like, is the page blank or it oh.
Which means there is no writing or depictions of the tattoos that were on Roscoe's body anymore.
Well, I hope this doesn't make things extremely difficult. I'm gone. I'm gone from the page.
You're also free.
It was so wonderful being around people, well, beings that made me feel like I had a family when I had no idea what was going on. And you are still my family, even though I'm not going to be around. But again, you can call on me at any time, and I would be more than happy to help you. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef. It's so weird. I've been, this whole time that we've been in the Shattered Isles, I've just been so goddamn angry at all of you. But I never really, I don't know, stopped to think about why. Like the reasons why. I don't know. I get it. I'm scared too. I'm really scared.
But I'm very proud of you, Kate. I think you're the most heroic out of all of us.
I wouldn't go that far. I broke a guy's leg the other day because he looked at me funny.
Pretty darn heroic in some respects.
Yeah.
And I give Kate a big hug as well. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I know. It's all good.
I think Huxley hasn't really had to choose words to be gentle and kind and stuff for a little bit, but he will take out the spoon that Roscoe gifted him and go over and tap the ladle to make a little ringing noise.
I think at that point, Roscoe tears up a bit, gives Hux a big hug as well.
You take care, Chef.
Will do. If you need food as well, just let me know.
Well, this is a very tearful goodbye, but you are giving us a ride, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, thank God. And I throw the jerky in the way.
Yeah, of course.
You haven't checked in with Donovan yet.
I'm very confidently still being like, yeah, it'll happen. In my emotional state.
That's perfect.
Yeah, of course.
Well then, you all begin to pack up in your semi-drunken and or tipsy states, emotional and exhausted, cleaning out the cave so that there is no evidence that you two were ever here. As the five of you head out using the undamaged creeper, you row back to the Hidden One's ship.
Buttercup is with Roscoe.
Buttercup hasn't left your side since you began to cry. He sat with you and then napped on you.
Oh, cool. We're on good terms now.
Now in the swaying boat, he wakes and blinks his yellow eyes down at you. Cheep, cheep! And then licks your forehead.
Thank you.
As you all climb up the ladder to the deck of the ship, Kay, you look back at the broken glass, the people starting to go about their day and open their shops as if last night's attack didn't happen. You turn back to the group, and the words you spoke, maybe this is why I'm here, really hit home. You feel this resounding confidence in yourself and whatever this is that you are a part of. Knowing that it's a choice gives you reassurance, but more than that, you now know that you were the informant. And when you begin to discuss solutions and plans as you sail the ship towards the coastline of the Treva, how much violence is too much violence? whether to go after Aneska or Everard first, or whether or not going to the headquarters of the Blue Syndicate is a good idea in the first place. At some point, you have this voice inside of you that cuts out their bickering, a part of you that chooses logic over emotions. And you look up at Iggy, who is looking over the plans of how to get to the lost city of Naboo. And you are hit with a memory, standing before a large wooden door, deep within the lost city of Naboo, surrounded by black rock walls, as your coppery hand reaches up to the door itself, and you tap out a specific beat using the knocker. And as you're sitting here in the map room, with all of these people discussing the plans, even Roscoe, you mimic the beat. Softly at first on the table, and then louder. As soon as you do, Roscoe, you instantly recognize it.
Oh, thank fuck you got her. What was that you were just doing? That was the tattoo I had. It was like a rhythm. I've been trying to tap that out for the past 2 weeks. I think that's it.
It's to do with the lost city.
What to do with the lost city?
There's an entrance. There must be like a door or something that we have to find. I think I'll be able to feel it out, but that's what we need to do to get in. That's the knock.
It's a secret knock
Code.
Ah!
And with that, a sense of complete relief washes over you, Roscoe. The last gnawing piece that was stopping you from letting go of the puzzle and embracing your life out at sea. It's been solved. You look to Kay, someone who, despite their memory loss, exudes confidence in this mission, and you somehow know that your friends are in safe hands. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Cute.
We're going to miss you so much, Andrea. But it's not forever. Roscoe will be back when you guest star on the Chronicles of Aelwyn later down the road. But for now, Roscoe is writing her own story in another direction.
This is all done.
Thank you again to our sponsors for tonight's episode, the Lion's Tower for these incredible miniatures, and Dungeon Fog.
Dungeon Fog.
For the insanely awesome battle map making software. Next week, we take a peek at a different thread in the ever-weaving plotline that is the Chronicles of Aelwyn. We move away from the Unmarked Six and into the darkened corners and crevices of the lost city of Naboo. So, prepare yourselves until we see you next Tuesday.